Well, hello. Thank you for joining me today because today's subject is actually something that's interested me my entire life. This is a subject that actually predates 1947, Roswell, New Mexico. In fact, if you look throughout the centuries, you'll discover paintings and artifacts of strange objects in the sky. I've often wondered, as I'm sure many of you, where do these objects come from? Now, some people believe they come from inner Earth itself, or perhaps the deepest parts of our oceans. Some actually speculate they come from another dimension. Maybe they come from a different galaxy, or simply they come from another planet. Yes, this is our planet, and if you play along, we'll get along just fine. When I was about, maybe 9 years old, I remember one day looking up into the sky through a pair of binoculars, and I saw something that I just couldn't explain. Need to understand though, my brother was, and still is, kind of a prankster. And so one of two things happened that day. He either really got me with a prank, or I did in fact see something absolutely amazing. Now, if you spoke about this subject, even as late as the 1970s, and if you spoke about it rather frequently, well, you may be taken away by the men in white coats. That sort of thing doesn't happen these days, but if you do speak about this subject publicly, there may be certain, let's call them organizations. If they feel you're very close to the truth, you may receive a visit from the men in black. Now that I think about it, it was definitely a prank that my brother played on me. I'm sure of it now. And well, after all, I was 9 years old. And as we know, the mind of a 9-year-old can run wild and they can imagine all sorts of things. People that have actually seen these objects have described them as cigar-shaped, triangular, and circle-shaped. Yes, this is our UFO, and if you play along, we'll get along just fine. So the question remains, what is flying these objects, and what do they look like? These are, let's call them non-humans. And so there are 3 of them. Now, if you were here, you could actually hold these and really take a good look at them. But since you're not here, I've taken the liberty of making it a little bit larger over there, so you have some idea what they look like. Now, these non-humans, they have this uncanny ability to go from their ship to their planet. Now, maybe these non-humans have never heard of warp speed before. Or maybe they never heard, Scotty, beam me up. But it doesn't stop them from doing this. At the speed of thought. And that's 1. 2 to go. 2 of our non-humans go in their ship. So maybe these non-humans have never seen a Wookiee before, but they can still do this. Oh, I know, all this sounds pretty amazing, but they are highly advanced. 1 to go. So this was the first one to go. This was the second one to go. And 1 goes in the ship. Maybe these non-humans have never experienced the power of the dark side. And yet, so now I would like you to tell your friends that you have actually had a real encounter with a UFO. So please tell your friends that, and you let me know how that works out for you. So far, we have seen our non-humans go from their ship to their planet. this next part, I really need you to listen very, very carefully. Because tonight, as you lie there in bed, should a bright light pass through the window, you need to understand something. These non-humans can move through walls. There simply is no place for you to hide. They're coming. They're on their way. They're coming. And there is no place for you to hide.